Hello everyone, I'm Laurentius Kuncoro Probo Saputra. I'm a doctoral degree student from Mechatronics Engineering. And in this video, I want to share about how to control DC motor using open loop controller. This video I made for completed my homework for show how to control DC motor. And this objective, and in this the objective for this explanation is how to control RPM motor using open loop controller. For this experiment, I use this schematic like this, like in this picture. For the component, I need ESP32, a motor driver L298, and one DC motor and DC power supply. For the configuration, I use 9-volt for the power supply to drive the power into motor driver. And then motor driver is connected to the DC motor. And this motor driver is controlled by ESP32 using PWM value. So we can set the rotation speed for the DC motor based on PWM value. And then we use two line for set the rotation mode, forward or reverse rotation for the motor, for the DC motor. As a diagram for open loop controller, we can see in this figure that in open loop controller, we don't use feedback from the output to the system. So for the open loop control system, we just use this input for control the plan, and we don't use the error or don't use the output as a feedback for the controller. So the line is like this figure. As the input in this experiment, we use PWM value, and as the output, we can get the RPM motor. For know how much the RPM motor, we use sensor, encoder sensor like this to calculate the RPM motor. So for the step in this experiment, we create the ESP32 program using Arduino IDE to control RPM motor using PWM value. In this program, we input PWM value using serial command. As the output, we can see how many RPM value that is measured using encoder sensor. For this experiment, I use a RoboCar kit like this one, and I want to control the speed rotation in this RoboCar. So we move to program to the code, to Arduino code. We can see the Arduino code is like this. For the first, I need to send the PWM value using serial monitor. So I need to enter, for the example is 100 for the PWM, or 200, or 50 or 80 as the PWM value from the serial monitor. And then this value I use to control the speed rotation. So for get this objection, I already write the code. Is you can see that for the first, I create the ENC motor A using GPIO9 for the encoder for the sensor, and I create variable counter A initial with a 0 value. The counter A is a variable to count how many uh, times that encoder sends the rotation, the hole in the encoder. Yeah, it's like encoder. We can see that in the robocar, this one, we is already it has a 20 hole. So in one rotation, we can get 20 hole for the 20 the value is 20 for one rotation. After that, we create the variable ENA in 1, in 2. This variable is to set the configuration in the motor driver. So to PWM value that sent to the motor driver, I use pin GPIO 14, and for the pin in 1 and in 2 is set to set direction or rotation mode, yeah, forward or backward. I need a variable again is RPM ENCN 20, yeah. This is the value for our one cycle. One cycle has 20 hole, and after that I need a receive number or old position, new position to calculate the RPM, previous millis, current millis to calculate 1 second. And for the counter, the counter, I will increment the new position using interrupt function. Yeah, this is the interrupt function. When the encoder sends difference value, so ESP32 will call this interrupt function. And in the setup function, we set the serial begin, pin mode for the ENC motor A as an input, pin mode for ENA in 1, in 2 as an output. And don't forget to activate external interrupt from the digital pin using this function attach interrupt digital pin to interrupt. This is the parameter for enable or PWM. I'm sorry, this is the pin for encoder sensor, and this is the function interrupt function. Yes, we can see that I use ENCA name. The name interrupt function is ENCA, and I use the condition is rising. Rising is when the value from the low value and change to the high value. After that, we set the rotation mode. It's like this. I set in 1 as a low condition and in 2 as a high condition. This configuration is to set the wheel will rotate forward. After that, in the end of setup function, I create the information waiting for number from the serial monitor. In the loop function, we can see that this block is used to get the data from the serial command or serial monitor. If is there any data in the serial buffer? So the serial available is more than 0. After that, we read the data as an input and convert it to integer type. Because when we input the data from serial monitor, the data type is a string. So if we want to calculate the data as an integer, we should convert it to integer using this function to integer. Input is converted to integer. After that, we check the is a valid input or not. Is a valid input, the received number should not equal than 0, and then start with 0, and the received number is in less than 1023. After that, we already received the number as a PWM value, and we can activate or we can set the PWM value using analog write. Analog write to the PWM pin, and this is the number. This is the number, the PWM number that will we use for set the speed rotation. After that, we in this block, I use the interval value in 1 second to know how many or what's the value for the encoder change. For one rotation, the encoder change should have 20. The value is 20. So if 3 times rotation, we can get 60. So we should calculate the difference between new position and the old position, and then divide it by 20. So we can get the RPS. RPS is rotation per second. After that, if we want to calculate with rotation per minute, we can calculate with encoder change divided by 20 and then times by 60. So we can get the rotation per minute. After this calculation, we update the old position with the new position and update the previous millis with the current millis. After that, we can test the program. So we can set the PWM value using serial monitor here, and we can see the rotation, the speed rotation in the robocar. This is the robocar that I use. Okay, I will set number PWM value start from 0, not moving, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, if we use the PWM in 70, the RPM value is 60. So the robocar, the speed rotation is 60 rotation in 1 minute. After that, we increase the PWM value 80. 80, the rotation is twice than before, 120 RPM, and then 90, the RPM value till 120. Okay, 100. Okay, So we can use a float number here with the float and to make a more price, and I will divide it by okay. So I upload again. I try to upload the code. Okay, waiting for uploading. Okay, they're done. So we can set 70, 80. Yeah, we can see that the RPM more accurate. So 90 is 150, 100, 170 rotation per minute, 100 and 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 255. Yeah. So we can see that uh, the rotation per minute in this wheel uh, with the different PWM value. So if we want to use open loop controller, we cannot control the rotation when the wheel has load. If the rotation decrease by external environment, so the controller cannot know why or cannot know how to stabilize the rotation. So we can test. It's like this. If we set the rotation is 100, so I give the load to the wheel with my hand like this. So the rotation will decrease. We can see the rotation if with the load is 120 and I release my hand, the rotation will be back to 168, 165 the RPM value. If I put my hand in the wheel, so the rotation will decrease and the controller cannot stabilize the rotation in 160. This is the disadvantage for the open loop controller. The controller cannot uh, set the desired RPM because they because the system cannot know uh, how to increase, how to change the PWM value so the desired RPM can get. Yeah, it's like this one. Okay, this is uh the end of my explanation. I hope you can understand and practice using open loop controller in your system. Thank you very much.